Hello student. So today we are going to learn a new chapter, and this chapter is from class 9 science, and the chapter number 3, which is belongs to the chemistry part, and the chapter name is what? Atoms and molecules. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the atoms and molecules. So before learning about the atoms and molecules, first we have to understand what is atom and what is molecule. Okay, so consider a thing, suppose any object, any object. Okay, so according to science, all the objects are made of some small tiny particles. Okay, and that particles, after that particle is very small, so you can't see with the naked eyes. Okay, to see that we have to use any microscope. Okay, so that particles are very small. Okay, also they have that same characteristic the like the object have. Suppose now I'm talking about, say, iron. Okay, say iron rod. There is a iron rod. Okay, now iron rod have the will have the what? It will be attracted by the magnet. Okay, so iron rod is also made of that tiny particles, which tiny particles also attracted by the magnet. That is, they have the same chemical and physical property with the iron rod, and that particle after that which can't be broken is known as atom. Which known as what? Atom. Okay, and when atoms are combined, then we will get molecule. So atom is what? It is a singular form. Okay, and when atoms are combined, then we will get molecules. Now same atom can be combined, and different atoms also can be combined. So same atoms can be combined means what? Suppose oxygen. Okay, so for oxygen atom we have what? O. Okay, which is denoted by only O. Now oxygen molecule will be what? Oxygen molecule will be, suppose two oxygen atoms are combined, then you will get O2, which is known as O2, and this is oxygen molecule. When three oxygen atoms will combine, then you will get O3. Okay, so these are considered as a molecule because where atoms are combined, here the same atoms are combining. Okay, and in some case, suppose water. So we all know the water chemical formula is what? H2O. Okay, that means here two number of hydrogen atom and one number of oxygen atom are combined. Okay, so this is water molecule. Okay, so water molecule, it is considered as a water molecule. It is never said as a water atom. It is considered only as a water molecule. Why it is considered as a water molecule? Because here two numbers of atoms, though the atoms are not like atom. Okay, they are different atoms. Two numbers of atoms are combining to form a water. That's why it is known as water molecule. Also carbon dioxide, CO2. Here what is happening? One carbon atom and two oxygen atoms are combining. Okay, so it is known as CO2. Okay, so these are the difference between atom and molecule. Okay, now depending upon that, there is a law of chemical combination. Okay, that law of chemical combination given by after so much experimentation by the Lavoisier and Joseph L. Peirce. Okay, so the first law is what? Law of conservation of mass. This is law of conservation of mass. See, what does it mean? Law of conservation of mass. Okay, law of conservation of mass. This law stands for what? Consider, say you have to take as a water. Okay, suppose it is hydrogen atoms, it is oxygen. Okay, so you will get what? H2O. You will get H2O. Here hydrogen number is what? Two numbers of hydrogen, so you have to write like that. Okay, also here what? Oxygen will always remain as a molecule. It never remain as an atom. So H2O will be like that. Here number of oxygen is what? One number of hydrogen and one number of two numbers of oxygen. Okay, and the mass they will have will be always equal to the left hand side, will be equal to the right hand side. That means if you have That is the amount of hydrogen here and the amount of oxygen will be here, will be equal to their product. That means when they will combine, their amount will also be equal. So it can say that law of conservation of mass say that mass can neither be created nor destroyed. It will remain as it is. Okay. Next we have law of constant proportion. So law of constant proportion is what? Law of this is law of constant proportion. So to understand it, we have to see what in a compound such as water, the ratio of the mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen always remain 1:8. That means suppose in water H2O na, here the mass of water ratio of mass of what? Mass of hydrogen and mass of oxygen always remain as a 1:8. That means their mass will always remain as the same 1:8. There is 1 amount of hydrogen and 8 amounts of oxygen will mix to give 9 amount of water. So this ratio is always constant. Okay. So according to after defining about this, there is a Dalton atomic theory. Dalton gave a atomic theory for all the matter whether an element, a compound or a mixture. About elements it is also given, or about a compound also it is given, and about a mixture also it is given. He gave a theory. So first one he is that according to these are the postulates that of his theory may be stated as a follow. First one is what? All matter is made of very tiny particle called atoms. Just now I have told you that atom is what? Suppose iron rod. I give the example of iron rod. This is always made from the atom of iron or Fe. Okay. Then it is given atoms are indivisible particle which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. That means these are indivisible. After atom you can't break it to any other thing. It is the smallest part. Okay, and you cannot create them in any lab or in any chemical equation. Atoms. Okay. Number 3, atom of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Okay, that means suppose here it is water, here we have oxygen atom, okay, and here it is suppose carbon dioxide, CO2. Here we also have oxygen atom. So in the both case we have oxygen atoms. Here also we have oxygen atom, and here also we have oxygen atom. So according to Dalton's third postulate, atoms of a given element are identical in mass. Their mass will be always same. That is the mass of this oxygen and this oxygen will remain always same. Okay, given element. And in chemical properties, that is their chemical property. The oxygen in here show the same chemical property. Also the oxygen present in the hydrogen, that is water, also show the same chemical property. Okay, so they are not different. So next one what we have given, the atoms of a different element have different masses and chemical properties. Obviously it is true. Suppose here it is hydrogen atom. See, we have hydrogen atom H2, and here we have suppose oxygen atoms are there. So this oxygen atom mass and chemical property will be different from the hydrogen atom mass and chemical property, because these two are both different atoms. Okay. Next here has given the atoms combine in the ratio of small whole number to form compound. That means, see here, to understand this, consider that we have given suppose carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay, here how many carbon atoms are there? 1 carbon atoms. And how many oxygen atoms are there? 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, so these 2 atoms are always combined in whole number. 1 and 2 are whole number. You will not get any like that, CO 0.5. You will not get any chemical equation like that, because atoms never combine in a ratio or fraction. They will always combine in a whole number. Whether it will take 2 atoms, 3 atoms, 1000 atoms, 2000 atoms, whether it will take as a whole number, it never take 2.5 atoms or it never take 3.5 atoms. So atoms never combine in a fraction or any other terms. It will always combine in a simple whole number. Okay. Then the relative number and kinds of the atoms are constant in a given compound. That means carbon dioxide is there na. Here the number of carbon and number of oxygen in the carbon dioxide always constant, whether you are getting the carbon dioxide in your home, in your school, or in any other places. it is always constant. Here only one carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms will be there, so it is always constant. Okay, so these are the about what is an atom. Okay, now we have to understand about the atoms, some about some list. Okay, elements list. Okay, first one, see, with the symbol we have to learn. First one, we have given, according to there are 118 elements are there. So the first one is what? This is atomic number, and this is elements, and this is electronic configuration. So before starting about that, I have to clear one thing. I am telling you about atoms. Okay, so now question arises, what is there in atom? Okay, suppose there is say this is an oxygen atom. This is common for all atoms. Okay, so I am giving one example. So I am taking oxygen. So in an atom there is a center. Okay, which is called nucleus. This is called nucleus. Okay, and in the nucleus there is two sides are there. Okay, one is proton. One is proton, which is always positive, that is, which is always positively charged, and one is nucleus. Proton, or you can say neutron. One is neutron. Okay, proton, neutron, and electron, which is always, it is neither positive nor negative. It is always what? It is always neutral. Okay, so next we have, this is a cell, na? There is a boundary, na? So in the boundary there will be electrons are there. In the boundary there will be electrons are there. Okay, and that electrons, the number of that electrons is always equal to the number of proton. Okay, and the number of proton and number of neutron always same. Number of proton and number of neutron is always same, and number of proton and the number of electron are also same. Okay, but thing is what? The electron is negatively charged and the proton is positively charged. Okay, and the neutron is always neutral. It never show any positive or negative characteristic. Okay, so now what is this? The atomic number, which is always depend upon the number of proton present in the nucleus. Okay, so for the first one, hydrogen, first the atomic number 1, and here it is come hydrogen, and it is denoted by H. Okay, and what is there? The electron lying in the atom in an orbit. Okay, or in a cell, and this is like that. Suppose this is the hydrogen atoms, so there is a orbit. Okay, so here it is one orbit, there will be second orbit, there will be third, and there will be fourth. So the first orbit or first cell, this is considered a cell or orbit. So here it is known as a K cell. First one is known as K cell, second one is known as L, the third one is known as M, and the fourth one is known as N. Okay, always remember, in the first cell, the number of electron can be occupied, maximum number of electron can be occupied, it is 2. Okay, in the second cell, the maximum number of electron can be occupied. In the second cell, the maximum number of electron can be occupied is what? 8. In the third cell, the maximum number of electron can be occupied is also 8. And in the last N cell, the maximum number of electron can be occupied is 16. Okay, so here is the hydrogen, na? So hydrogen is there, the atomic number is 1. So I told you that atomic number is depend upon the number of proton present in the nucleus. Okay, so here it is the number, atomic number is 1. So hydrogen have 1 proton, and I told you that proton and electron number are always equal. So number of electron will be also 1. So electronic configuration will be what? Only 1. Okay, electronic configuration only 1, because it has the 1 atom. So as per that rule, electronic configuration So if we are asked to place this in a orbit, then how can you put first orbit? So number of electron 1. So this is our 1 electron established. Okay, but see, the limit is what? Maximum 2 number of electron can be occupied in the first orbit, na? So here hydrogen have only 1 electron, so I keep 1. Next we have hydrogen, then helium number 2. Okay, so helium is there. So now the electronic configuration will be what? 2, because here number of electron is what? 2. So if we are asked to put that electron in an orbit, then how can you put? Simply write He, that is the helium, and write the first orbit, that is the L. Okay, Kl, sorry, K cell. Then how many electrons are there? 2 electrons. So 1, 2. Okay, then we have given, suppose it is hydrogen, it is helium. Then suppose we have given hydrogen, helium, lithium. Then we say atomic number 3. Then it is Li. It is denoted by lithium, or it is denoted by Li. Okay, helium is denoted by He. I am not writing the full form. I am writing as a just chemical formula. Helium, lithium, Li. So lithium have, now see, now atomic number is 3. That means the number of proton is 3. As it has a number of proton is 3, that means it has a number of electron also 3. So that I told you that electron configuration is what? First one contain 2 numbers of electron. Second one contain maximum 8 number of electron. Third one contain maximum 8 number of electron, and the last one contain maximum 16 number of electrons. So lithium has 3 electrons are there. So obviously lithium will first occupy first 2 electron will occupy the first orbit, because the first orbit contain only 2 numbers of electron. So it will occupy the first orbit. Then there is also 1 electron remaining, na? So that 1 electron will go to the second orbit, because the second orbit have the capacity to keep 8 electrons are there. So as it has the capacity to keep the 8 electrons inside it, so obviously it can take 1 more electron. So that means here it is 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This is the electron configuration of lithium. Okay, so we have to write 2 dot, first orbit occupied by 2, 2 dot 1. What you will get? 2 plus 1, 3. Here it is 3. Okay, then like this way we have to go. Suppose you have given now oxygen. Say oxygen. Oxygen is what? It is written by O, and oxygen atomic number is always hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. It is atomic number is 8. Okay, I am skipping the in between the other elements to show you. Oxygen atomic number is 8. So atomic number is 8. So number of electron will be 8. So the first orbit will get 2 electrons. So 8 from 8 electron, first orbit get 2 electrons. So remaining electron will be what? 6. Okay, and this electron will be occupied. If we are asked to place in a orbit, then how can you put? Simply draw a diagram of oxygen. Then first 1 and 2. First orbit have the 8 electron capacity. 2 electron capacity. So I give 2 electrons here. The remaining 6 electron will automatically shift to the next one. 1, 2. Remaining 6 electron is there, na? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As per the rule, the second orbit have the capacity to keep 6 electron, but here is only 8 electrons. Sorry, and here is only 6 electrons. So it can take easily 6 electron over there. Okay. This is the way how we have to keep all the electrons in an orbital cell depending upon the electronic configuration. Okay, that means how electrons are there in an atom. Now I am going to show you how to write when the orbit, how to use the third number orbit. See, for that consider sodium. Always remember, sodium have electronic configuration. Sodium have the atomic number 11. So sodium is denoted by Na. Sodium is denoted by Na, and it has the electronic configuration 11 electrons will be there, because 11 protons are there, na? So first orbit will contain 2 electrons. Then from 11, if we subtract 2, then there is remaining 9 electrons are also still there. So second orbit will contain maximum 8 electrons. So it is 8. Then 8 plus 2 10, but it has the atomic number 11. That means there is a 11 electrons are there. So one electron is still pending, na? So that one electron, because see first two orbit get its maximum value. So now for the second orbit, for the last electron, it automatically jump to the third orbit. That means 1. So 2 plus 8 10, 10 plus 1 11. Okay. Now how to establish them in an orbital? See, sodium first orbit will be occupied by 2 electrons. So 1 2. Then we have second orbit, which will be occupied by the 8 electrons, and there is 8 electrons are there. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. See, still one electron is pending, na? So that electron, for that electron we have to jump to the third orbit. So third orbit will be there. So this will be third orbit. So here it is 2 plus 8 10, 10 plus 1 11. In this way we have to put the electron. This is the electronic configuration, and this is the electron representation in a cell or in a orbit. Okay, maybe you have asked in exam, establish the sodium atoms in an electronic configuration way or in an orbital cell. Okay, now we have to understand what is valency. Okay, so valency is what? See, first I explain atom, then I explain atomic number, then I explain atomic number related with the electron, because atomic number means number of proton present in the nucleus, and atomic number of proton equal to number of electrons. So this last electronic configuration will be depending upon the atomic number we have to place. Then I told you about the electronic configuration, which is 2.8.8.16. This is the electronic configuration, and that means the first orbit have the capacity to keep 2 electrons. The second orbit have the maximum capacity to keep 8 electrons, and the third orbit have the capacity to keep maximum 8 electrons, and the fourth orbit have the maximum capacity to keep 16 electrons. Okay, now what is valency? See, to understand that, I told you about sodium, na? So sodium atomic number is what? Sodium atomic number is 11. That means number of proton equal to 11, and according to number of proton there will be number of electron will be also 11. So for the 11 we have that electronic configuration 2.8, 2 plus 8 10, and for the last one we have got 1. Okay, so this is the electronic configuration, and we know that this is the main basic general form of electronic configuration for an electron. Okay, whoever atom elements will get this electronic configuration, they will become stable. That means they will become stable and they will not take perform in any chemical reaction. Now see, it has 2.8.1. okay, so to get this electronic configuration, whether for 2 electrons, whether for 8 or whether for 8, okay, sodium will try to get the number of atom as a 8 in its outermost cell. This is the outermost cell, na? So in the outermost cell he will try to get number of electron as a given in the electronic configuration. So for that, what he will do, he will release that one atom. He will release this, or he will release to the another one. He will release it to the another one. Okay, and he will release that one atom, and he will keep only this one 2.2.8, because he want to try to get a stable condition. So to become in a stable condition, he will release this one atom. Because why he will release? Maybe you can ask, sir, why he is releasing one atom instead of he can take 7 atoms from the another one. That means he can borrow 7 atoms from the another atoms for another element. But why he is releasing one atom? See, it is easier to release one atom rather to collect 7 atoms. That's why he will release that one atom. Okay, and he will release that one atom, and what he will do, he will try to get this electronic configuration of noble gas. Or noble gas means what? At that, whoever get this electronic configuration like 2 or 2.8 or 8 or 16, whoever get this electronic configuration, whether it is 2, whether it is 2.8, whether it is 2.8.8, okay, whoever will get this electronic configuration, they will become stable, and every atoms have the tendency to remain in stable condition. So he will release the atom. Okay, as he will release this atom, how many numbers of atom he is releasing? He is releasing one atoms. That means he is donating one atom to the another one. And listen, when he is donating the one atom, that is he is rich enough. Okay, he is donating one atom, so he will consider as a, therefore the valency will be what? See, the valency of sodium, as he is releasing one atom, so the valency of sodium will become 1. Okay, because he is releasing one atom. But condition arises whether it will be positive or negative. See, as he is releasing one atom, so the valency this will become positive, because he is giving someone, he is giving it to someone. That means he is not buying, or he is not borrowing, or he is not taking it, he is giving it. So he is rich enough, so we can consider as a positive. Again, for the chlorine, now I am going to show you one more example. For the chlorine atomic number is 17, so that means number of electron will be 17. Okay, so if we are going to place this in a electronic configuration, how we can put 2.8, 8 plus 2, 10, and 7, then you will get what? Electronic configuration. Now see, now chlorine has a tendency to get also the noble gas configuration, that is the 2.8.8.16. that means he will try to get any one of that configuration. So he will do what? He will collect one electron from the another one. Okay, from the another atoms he will collect one electron, and he will collect one electron from the another one, and he will get this configuration, that means 2.8.8. Why? Now you can ask me that why he is not releasing 7 electrons. See, collecting one atom is easier than releasing 7 atoms. Okay, so he will collect one atom from the another one, and that's why he will collect it, and he will get this electronic configuration 2.8.8. As he is getting this configuration, he is becoming now stable, because now he is in the noble gas electronic configuration. So now you are asking me, you can ask me that what is noble gas? Noble gas is what? Who never take part in any electronic chemical reaction. Why? Because their electronic configuration is remaining like that, that is they are stable. So to get that electronic configuration, he will collect one electron from the another one. That means their valency of chlorine will be also equal to 1. But the condition is what? He is collecting from other, that means he is taking land from the another one, so he is poor. That's why we have to consider this as a negative. When you will giving, you are considered as a positive. When you are collecting from another, then you are considered as a negative. Okay, so this is the valency of chlorine. Now in this way we can find the valency. Okay, so now question is, how can we find the chemical formula, or how can we make the chemical formula of a compound? Suppose, say this one, sodium, this one sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is what? Do you know? The salt we are using at our kitchen, that is a common salt that we are using at our home. This is known as sodium chloride. And do you know what is the chemical formula of sodium chloride? The chemical formula of sodium chloride is what? NaCl. That means sodium chloride. Now we are going to learn how this chemical formula is formed. Okay, so to learn that chemical formula is how it is forming, we have to learn the atomic number, so we have to learn the electronic configuration, and we also have to learn the valency. That's why I told this before. Now I'm going to show you how to find the chemical configuration and chemical formula of any compound. See, sodium, there are two atoms. Sodium, what is the atomic mass? The atomic mass of sodium is what? Atomic number is what? 11. The atomic number of sodium is what? 11. So that's why you will get what? 2.8.1. Okay, then chlorine, their atomic number is what? Atomic number equal to 17. So for that the atomic number is 2.8.7. Now as I have told you that this sodium will try to release that one atom and try to become stable condition as a 2.8. Okay, and this chlorine will also try to take one atom and want to get the electron configuration of 2.8.8 to become in a stable condition. So they will do what? His valency, he will release one electron and he will accept one electron. Okay, and their valency will be what? Their valency will be 1 1. So in this both case the valency is what? 1. So how to write this? See, for the sodium the valency is 1 positive. For the chlorine the valency is 1 negative. Already I teach you how to find the valency. So sodium have 1 positive, chlorine has 1 negative. So just do the cross multiplication. That means the crossing. Now no need to do the multiplication, just do the crossing. That means this one will go to that side and this one will come to that side. Or you can write as a what? Na1Cl1. But always remember, yes, there is also 1 1 na? So 1 we no need to write the 1. So we can write simply NaCl. Okay, I think you now understand because from the valency we are doing this. Okay, I am giving you one more example. Consider carbon tetrachloride. See, carbon tetrachloride, carbon tetrachloride. Consider carbon tetrachloride. So carbon tetrachloride chemical formula is what? CCl4. CCl4. So now you may ask me that, sir, how you are getting this CCl4? How can you remember this? See, you have to remember at least 30 elements with their electronic, with their atomic mass, with their atomic number, atomic mass, and their chemical formula. That means the chemical formula is what? Suppose carbon. For the carbon, the chemical symbol is what? C. This is known as C. So carbon, do you know what is a carbon valency? Carbon valency is what? 6 number, na? So it has an atomic number 6. It has an atomic number 6. So it will be what? 2.4. Okay. Then chlorine, Cl, atomic number 17. So 2.8.7. Now it has a 4 na? So it will try to get, release or donate. It will try to release 4 electrons to get the 2.8 configuration, or it can get 4 electrons from the other to get the electron configuration of 2.8 to become stable. So its valency is neither negative nor positive. So you can simply write the valency as a 4. The valency of carbon is what? 4. And chlorine will try to get 1 electron from the another atoms so that it get the electron configuration of noble gas to become stable. So its valency is what? As per I have told you, the valency will be 1 because he will try to get. So now what will happen? See, carbon is there and chlorine is there. Here it is 4 valency, here it is 1 valency. Then do the crossing. What will you get? CCl4. CCl4, you will get it. Okay. So in this way, you can find the chemical formula of any compound. Okay. So in today's video, we'll learn about what is atom. Okay, and we'll learn about what is the atoms Dalton postulate. We'll learn about this. Then we'll learn about electronic configuration, atomic number, and electronic configuration and orbital representation of an atom. When we have given the atomic number or when we have given the atoms, how we can collect, how we can find out how we can place them in a electronic configuration cell or in a orbital cell. Okay, and last we have learned how to make a chemical formula of a compound. Okay, so in our second class we will learn about molecular mass and molar concept. Molecular mass is what? Every object has the mass, na? So in this way the element also have mass. Okay, suppose this is carbon, so this carbon atom will have mass, and when this carbon is combined with oxygen, this will form carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide will also have mass. So in our next video we will learn about this. Okay, so for that, to understand it, we have to remember the elements name, at least up to 30 elements name with the atomic number and their electronic configuration and the mass, atomic mass. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.